Hello and welcome to another Automatch cast here. By me, your host, Elpern. And we are on the glorious map Ploiesti, which you sadly don't see as often. I am a huge fan of this map, of course made by White Flash Reborn. And on it we have none other than Noob Nath playing as the austere faction here, already getting those grenadiers out. Seemingly opting not to grab a machine gun, very interesting indeed. Facing off versus Nathan, we have none other than Darth Peter playing as the Brits, only dealing with absolutes, of course.
A new engineer section is waiting for orders.
As the Sith usually like. Getting the mobile assault regiment, which means you can get these Royal Engineer recovery squads, which come at 5 men, and they can of course get the flamethrower on them. Quite nice. Meanwhile, Nathan here going for the Jaeger infantry doctrine, which will let him get those G43s if he wants them. So we have the first engagement here. Pioneers not opting to close by here. One thing about Pioneers is that they actually beat sections if you're in close range. Meaning you can pretty much just charge them down sometimes, especially when they're isolated on their own. But here we have the support of the Vickers setting up just as the Pioneer walks into range there. It's kind of funny. And similar to the Pioneer section here, we have the Royal Engineer recovery squads, which will pretty much destroy the Grenadier if they can only close in on them. Meanwhile, we have a second Vickers here for Darth Peter. Very interesting builds here, you know. Nathan playing as the austere opting for no machine gun. Meanwhile, the Brits, which you usually don't see, opting for 2 machine guns right off the bat. And we also have a sniper coming out here for Nathan.
Machine gun crew awaiting orders.
As the cutoff is about to be taken. Cutting off the Murney, but it seems Nathan doesn't care. He just keeps capturing. He got the reinforcing squads here to deal with the engineer. Sniper about to open its first shot. No. The engineer moves out of line of sight just in time.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Yeah, this Royal Engineer is going to drop very fast here, is being forced away. Sniper taking its second shot. Nope. Not quite enough time there to get it off. We have a mortar out for Darth Peter, of course, courtesy of the Mobile Assault Regiment. Can lend-lease this mortar from the USF faction.
Capture point.
The map is being captured right now by Noob Nathan. Also getting that very important sandbag up in the center. Meanwhile, Darth Peter here playing very defensively, has that Vickers in the garrison. Also has that mortar for support now. Second Vickers holding all the points. Could potentially grab this point though. This should be out line of sight. As the Germans are charging, but they're going to be charging straight into these Vickers. And we have a forward assembly coming out for Darth Peter here. Very interesting. Oof. Huge shot there on the Pioneer. Meanwhile, we have a rogue section in the far west, going straight for the fuel node here. Could be using the sniper here to just, you know, get a couple models off the support weapons. Of course, you do outrange both the Vickers in the garrison as well as the other squads, but provided you need vision. So of course getting that Pioneer forced away is quite important for Peter there. Otherwise the sniper can just keep firing.
Enemy got one of our
Whoa! What happened here? I didn't even see that. I'm so sorry. I didn't expect a wipe, but apparently the Royal Engineer recovery squad got killed by the Grenadiers, it seems. And this section getting very low as well. Sniper missing a 50-50 there. Could have potentially been a second wipe. Might still go down by the Grenadiers. That's hilarious. Sniper about to fire once again. Misses again though, a second 50-50. Section somehow survives that. No clue how he managed. And the recovery squad is rebuilt. Meanwhile, we have healing medical stations on the forward assembly, allowing Darth Peter to, of course, reinforce from this, as well as heal his squad, which is quite nice. You can see his mortar here being reinforced, probably taking some fire from the Grenadiers. Meanwhile, we have a 2-2 out. We are also getting the Jaeger command squad, courtesy of the Jaeger infantry company, or doctrine rather.
Point. They're trying to take it.
Sniper not the most active, but it does have 4 kills now. Generally, a rule of thumb I think is that you should try to keep your sniper to a steady amount of the minutes. So 1 kill a minute I think is okay. That's at least the least you expect to do with the sniper, in my opinion. Of course, it's better if you can do better, but it's not always your opponent lets you get more. Yeah, 2-2 here, flanking and basically pinning the Vickers squad here. I wouldn't hate if he just closed by a bit further, that way you stay out of firing range from this Vickers, but he is taking quite some damage from that right now. But he does force the Vickers away. And here we come. The Royal Engineer squad has Pyattes picked up, which will let him force that 2-2 away.
Enemy threatening a capture point. The ability is ready.
Oh, and Nathan here is going to take quite a pounding from this mortar. Needs to keep regrouping these. You really don't want to bundle them up. Staying behind that sandbag. Of course, G43s on the Grenadier. You also saw the sprint into the green cover here, but they're so close to the Vickers. I would be surprised if this doesn't get suppressed. Does get the grenade off though, but it's getting very low. And one thing about the Vickers is that it actually deals quite a lot of damage. But he manages to retreat between the bursts, it looked like there.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
2-2, quite risky, going for another peek. Where's the sniper in all this? Should just be constantly firing here to get the bleed on this Vickers that's reinforcing from behind. Yeah, now up to 6 kills. Meanwhile, 2-2, heading back for most likely repairs here in a minute. Darth Peter, what is he going for? No AEC requisition, so I don't think we'll see one. We do have a commandos coming out here.
We're losing a capture point.
Not spawned in a building. One thing you can do with this is you can spawn them in a building. Might have been a misclick. He also may want to just, you know, reinforce them before going out to the field. I think that's an okay choice. Interesting position here, the heal bunker slightly to the right, means if you retreat from the left, I don't think that's going to be healing automatically. You would actually have to micro, which can be a bit annoying. Generally, I'd say you want it somewhere here, that way it's going to heal from all, or even here, right? Just so it heals from all directions of retreat. But yeah, Nathan expecting a vehicle, getting a pack. I don't hate it, can also get, you know, a couple of sloppy shots off on the forward assembly. But he really needs something to dislodge this Vickers. I wouldn't hate a mortar in a situation like this. Potentially also getting a second pioneer to get the flamethrower. Or, you know, keeping your sniper firing at this just to force it away. But yeah, currently quite quiet on the front line. I think Nathan doesn't have battle phase 2 quite yet. but it is an option. Pack is out. We also see a mortar being grabbed for Nathan, so he might be listening. Kappa. We have this commando squad now carrying brands in hiding for the ambush. Don't know if Darth Peter sees this. They shouldn't be, because they're not on hold fire. Which means they would fire as soon as they spot the grenadier. But yeah, mortar is out, and here comes the ambush. Yeah, grenade attempt. No, it's cancelled. There we go, there comes the grenade. Double grenade actually, almost deleting the Mando. On full retreat, should be following here. I swear, that would have probably been a kill there if he just kept following the squad, you know. One of the benefits of the G43s is that you sustain a lot of damage or DPS on the move. So you want to be following those squads on retreat to get the maximum amount of DPS. Oh, and a 6-pounder is now out for Peter, thinking that his pirates aren't enough. So we have a second squad of Mandos out for Darth Peter. Sniper here, not really being used from Nathan. But the mortar is starting its barrage on the Vickers position. But of course, you know, this position, it can just keep reinforcing. Is moving away now though, to get in inside the healing range as well. Oh. The commandos are coming out now, both carrying Vickers. As the Royal Engineer is using their destroy cover ability to try to remove this, giving his Vickers even a larger line of fire. Doesn't reach the entire VP, but he does reach a large margin, and I would be surprised if it doesn't reach the entire thing with the take aim ability, which of course the Vickers has access to. It does give it slightly better range. I'm not quite sure if it would reach the entire VP, I doubt it. It would probably end somewhere like here, would be my guess. But it does have that as an option.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Oh, Pyatt get a volley off on the 2-2, and the Vickers just enough to take it out with the rear facing the small arms there.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Sorry about my confusion. Of course, the Mandos are carrying brands, but the machine guns are Vickers. Not referring to the Vickers K, that's a different weapon. Oh, sniper goes down. So sorry for missing that. It seems the section probably executed that squad. I don't see any craters here, so I don't think it was the mortar, and it's not within the range of the Vickers, but Vickers has actually used the take aim here. It is on cooldown. Could potentially have been that, I don't know. I am so sorry for missing that. And you can see the Mandos just destroying these grenadiers in the open. Mortar firing, but it is getting counter barraged, and here also comes the Mandos, so mortar is forced away to retreat. Pack way out of position here, nothing defending this unit. All of Nathan's units are in base. And here comes the Mandos. This could be a disaster here for Nathan, losing this 80 gun.
Enemy forces are securing up.
Yeah. Meanwhile, battle phase 2 is coming up, but it's floating a bit here. Could have been a bit faster on this, in my opinion. But yeah, the Grenadiers should be able to make fast meat of these Mandos here. Double nade coming in. Nade Nathan. Oh, almost manages to dodge that, but not entirely. As we see here, the Pirates trying to take out the pack there, does deliver a volley on it, but it is still alive to be recruited.
Artillery unit has been sent to the battle. New land mattress ready to go.
We have a land mattress coming out for Darth Peter, very exciting stuff. Direct hit on the Grenadier.
Our capture point. They're trying to
This
take it.
Vickers is a very interesting, but this is what happens when you reinforce the Vickers on the front line, or any machine gun for that matter. But yeah, land mattress at the ready. Next time that German blob appears, I think Peter has the answer ready in his pocket. Meanwhile, Nathan here is basically the Iron Bank of Bravos currently. Pack never got recruited for some reason. I think... No, he wasn't busy building tier 3. Not sure where his Pioneer were, to be honest. Could have gone for that recruit for sure. I think he had enough time. But yeah, can now take up. He does have battle phase 2. Should be his next decision. Should also just build some units. Honestly, at this point you can just build anything, but you don't want to be floating, you know. Already only 17 minutes. You don't want to be floating 1000 manpower. You don't want to. No matter what you're going for. But yeah, there is finally tier 3. And we can see here building some units here. Pioneer and Pack coming out. Very nice choices. I agree with those. And oh no.
A squad of pioneers has arrived. The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
I will say I'm honestly not surprised that wasn't worse. Considering how long these units waited here. But yeah, Ostwind is the choice for Nathan. Not sure if I would agree here. I mean, surely you would expect your opponent to have a similar amount of fuel here with the equal. And you can see here Darth Peter not taking up has just a huge amount of fuel at the ready. He doesn't have the company command post yet, so he can't actually get a unit. But you should be expecting that at the 18-minute mark to be facing maybe a Cromwell here. And certainly the Comet wouldn't be too far off either, I don't think. So very interesting choice. Needs to get moving from his base sector here though. He is quite stuck.
We have 300 points remaining. Ready for orders.
The Ostwind is now out to deliver some pain to some unaware Brits. As these sections are about to have a very bad day.
A capture point is being overrun. The enemy cut our supply line. Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
The Mandos are sneaking up. He also has the 80 gun in position, as well as the Piet engineers to stop any dives. We have a second Ostwind from Nathan. One vehicle here from Darth Peter, and he is in quite deep trouble, I would say, but seems... Never mind, Peter has ticked up to the company command post, and he is currently going for the Anvil. And of course Anvil gives him access to the Churchill. So we will see Churchill's happening quite soon. He doesn't have the manpower, but he has plenty fuel stockpile here to get those Churchills going.
If they attack, the enemy will get a drubbing, thanks to our new anvil tactics.
Yeah, quite the solid position here from Nathan. All the damage he's doing to Peter, he can just pull back and reinforce. Here comes the first Ostwind though. 6-pounder in position, Royal Engineers closing in. We see the light artillery barrage coming in as we have the second Ostwind coming in. And we did see an infantry section being killed there, as the second Ostwind is all over the place. And here comes the grenade drops. Sorry about that. Royal Engineer goes down as well. Vickers about to, there you go. 6-pounder taking a lot of damage here from all directions. A lot of decrews going on. Peter losing his entire force just trying to hold on to this forward position. Could be recruiting with this with the Mandos, which is exactly what we see happen. Wanna avoid losing them though. 6-pounder trying to get a shot off. This Vickers just desperately trying to do anything. Land Mattress is ready to fire. A bit surprised they didn't use that on the center there. But yeah, the Mandos are in trouble. Who am I to say? Obviously Ostwind was the correct choice here. Just delivering so much pain and destruction onto Darth Peter. Peter, who unfortunately apparently didn't see this coming. Yeah, the pirates are here now. Gets the snare in. If he gets this in the garrison, I'm sure this Ostwind is dead. As this Ostwind somehow got snared. Not sure how that got snared, to be honest. But yeah, the Ostwind does fall down to the pirates. We see another light artillery barrage here. Probably trying to destroy some of the guns. Could have moved up the pack gun to destroy these as well, in my opinion. Oh, and the engineer squad is now in trouble. Retreating home just to retreat into the gun of an Ostwind. Yeah, pack gun should definitely be trying to clear up these support weapons. But yeah, the engineers can of course reinforce back at base. Manage to take out that second Ostwind. A third one is however cooking for Nathan. Obviously liking this strategy. As this Vicar is getting flanked, is probably going to see a grenade here from the Grenadier any moment by now. Here comes the Land Mattress! Oh no! Oh! Spreading all over the place. Mortar getting very low here. What is this flank? It's going for the Land Mattress. Oh! See a gammon bomb there, light gammon bomb on the Grenadiers. Almost going down. Vickers somehow still alive and firing. And the Land Mattress gets decrewed. What chaos is this? Complete mayhem while the Vickers is still deploying fire somehow. He just chunk a grenade. Going for the Mandos here. Does Peter see it? No, he doesn't. And here comes another Ostwind. Immediately snared by the Royal Engineers. Grenadiers does get killed though by the Mandos. Meanwhile, Vickers still stopping any further reinforcement from Nathan. As this Ostwind is about to get killed by this MVP, I must say. Royal Engineer Recovery Squads taking out every single Ostwind here. There you go, the killing blow. As the Vickers just leaving the garrison and it's like, you know, just chilling. Ready for some tea or something. I don't know how, I have no clue how it survived in that garrison for that long. Guess it's just Nathan not, you know, focus firing it when he could have just killed it, you know. Very interesting. This guy has fucking seen some shit, dude. Surprised it's only Vet 2, to be honest. And the amount of losses. Nathan now ready to jump into it once again, but so is Peter's Mandos here. Somehow both surviving. Very, very close to death scenarios here. Both with the grenade by the Grenadiers. And of course the Ostwind base inspection. Oh, the land mattress is ready to fire. This could spell disaster for Nathan. He needs to spread out. See how well Peter's aim is. As the rockets landing all over the place. Surely it will kill something. Doesn't seem to be the case. Oh, we see another light artillery barrage on the forward assembly there. Not doing that much damage. I think the sappers were repairing that. But yeah, this Vicar just sitting in it. Still the same gunner. But he doesn't care, not one step back. Reinforcing from the assembly. Chucks a grenade at him though. Finally it goes down. Peter's down to 4 squads, not a single vehicle. Just stuck reinforcing here essentially. I mean, he did go for Anvil, he could get a Churchill out, but he just doesn't have the manpower and he keeps reinforcing here in very inefficient engagements. Meanwhile, Nathan getting a second pack here, obviously expecting a vehicle at this point. Also has enough for another Ostwind, of course. Why even guess the vehicle? It's going to be an Ostwind here for Nathan. As we see the Scavenge being used here by the recovery squad. Very nice. Not many people does use this ability from these units. It's of course the exact same as the OKW variant. You get some munis and some fuel.
Threatening a capture point.
Here comes the Germans. They're angry. Firing their G43s here. Forcing these pesky Brits away. See another Vickers here. Not sure if he recruited this or if he actually built this. Does it say? No, he must have recruited because his last unit was still the land mattress. Interestingly enough, sorry, I just want to show you this. The land mattress was built... Oh, it actually doesn't show time. Oh well, I don't remember when he built the land mattress, but it must have been like 10 minutes ago. So he's not built a unit in that entire time span. Here we could see the light artillery barrage now used on this garrison. Peter, this time around, actually trying to dodge it.
A capture point is being overrun.
Wait, it shows in construction? Oh, I'm silly. Of course it does. Okay. And he did get another Royal Engineer Recovery Squad. Apologies for my pronunciations. Around the 21-minute mark, but other than that, it seems the land mattress was the last unit built at 15 minutes. So, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, it seems Nathan.
My favorite pro streamer Elpern, 3.5k hours in CoH2 but doesn't know what the construction tab is, or that P4s have coaxial machine guns.
4-head, dude. 4-head. Or more like 5-head. But yeah, here we go, another assault coming in from Nathan. Grenadiers showing the way here. Ostwind dealing fire, packs opening fire on the assembly. Is the land mattress is ready to go. Pyatt's opening fire on the Ostwind. Only connecting once. Meanwhile, Vickers back in the garrison here. aiming at the pack guns. Land mattress not opening fire. Pirates gets another connection in. But yeah, the assembly finally did go down there. So small victory for Nathan, albeit a morally one. We finally have the Peter's first vehicle at 30 minutes. It's going to be a Churchill. And here we go, as we see the land mattress firing its as its introduction, welcoming the Churchill to the battlefield here. Mortar staying in the line of fire. Does get decrewed there. Oh.
An engineer unit is ready for action.
Wonder if Peter is happy with that. I'm not sure if this land mattress has really paid off at all. It only has 7 kills. It did get decrewed once, but at least it wasn't stolen, I guess. Packs fully replenished. About to support his infantry here. Wonder what Nathan's next unit is going to be. He can afford something.
We fight bravely for the Reich. The enemy is
Yeah, Packs in position. Was that an attack round attempt? I think it was. Oh, one shot actually hits the vehicle, but it was a bounce, unfortunately for Nathan. As Nathan has finally built an MG of his own. There we go, another light artillery barrage as the Churchill eats a volley here. Vickers not moving. Here comes the Ostwind as well. Snare coming in on the Churchill. Can Nathan capitalize on this? The pack gun are moving up in position. Meanwhile, Ostwing going in for the punish here. Land mattress almost ready to fire as it's being fired upon. Yeah, the Vickers did go down once again. I think this Royal Engineer squad... No, wait! They picked up both a Piet and a Bren on it. That's interesting. Might have been one of the dropped Brens from the Mandos. As the packs are completely undefended here, Mando's just taking one look at them as they fall apart. The land mattress here, about to get decrewed. Of course, vet free Mandos getting smoke on retreat there. Might be enough to save their lives here. Oh, huge shot there by the Churchill, taking out one of those Grenadier squads. Meanwhile, the Churchill is back for some repairs here. Using the vehicle crew repairs, of course, which drop smokes. And here we go, another land mattress. Gets a direct hit on that pack with one of the scatter shots. Mortar once again just doesn't care. So we have a new forward assembly assembled for Peter. Mortar once again completely eliminated here. Even the gun is destroyed this time around. As the Mandos just walking up, destroying the MG42. Finally manages to get the suppression in, which is probably going to save that squad. And we have another light artillery barrage being used here. On the center. Packs moving up to deal with that Churchill. Connects once. As the recovery squads are charging into the light artillery barrage, taking a lot of damage. Does get volley off on the Ostwind, actually killing it, but Churchill is now snared and the two packs are just non-stop firing. Pioneer going down to the Mandos. Vickers trying to protect the retreat path here of the Churchill, but packs setting up. Need some more vision. Could use the flare here just to get enough vision to kill it. Needs, I think that's one more connection to kill. No, needs two more. Now one more. Can he get it?
Light artillery awaits your orders.
I think that was an attack round attempt. Finally killing the Churchill there. Very nice. But the pack then moves in and suicides to the Mandos. As we have another light artillery barrage here. From Nathan on his own 80 gun, stopping any recrew funny business. As we have a broom bar here. Apparently Nathan has been taking up to battle phase 3 all along. That was his win condition.
The enemy is taking our territory.
We have a grenadier as well. Rebuilding here. Surely land mattress must be ready to fire. Yes, it is. Has a solid target here. And the pack, by the way, was stolen by Peter. So he already has a decent, not the best counter I would say for the Brumbar. He also lost his own 6-pounder, so that is not an option. As these 10-man Mandos just running around, removing all of opposition. Grenadier standing like butter in sunshine here. Oh, tries to dodge that, but not going for the full retreat, almost costing him the squad. Here comes the Brummeli Brumbar. Pack bouncing. Mando's just sitting in that though. I'm not convinced that's the best option. Pack bounces again. Here comes the... Is that on base again? Oh no. Seems Nathan hasn't even noticed. Those are two lucky squads. Not a single. Do you see the scatter? It's basically all around him. Did you see that? How did that survive? I would be furious. But yeah, Brumbar did take a couple hits there from the pack gun apparently, and probably from the Pirates as well. So we have weaponry just lying across the battlefield. Another Pyatt here and a Bren ready for pickup. Could potentially see the Grenadiers. I think they get another weapon slot, right? Yeah, with the G43s. And with the LMGs, of course.
Without new G43s, Ivan will die twice as fast. More territory for the right.
Ooh, insta-suppression there from the MG42. That's very nice on these Mandos. Basically removing all the DPS from them. As the Grenadiers here shouldn't be forced away by these. They're holding Pyats, so... I think there might be one Bren here. Yeah, there's one Bren on that squad. So we see some Michael Bay explosions. Here comes the Brumbar! Oh, huge shot there, but does take some return fire from the recovery squads. Forced back to retreat. As the Vickers apparently goes down to a flanking Jaeger infantry squad. But here comes the land mattress on the center. Grenadiers taking some heavy damage. We have Mandos in the wide open. Pack gun completely isolated from any support.
The enemy are attacking one of our forward positions.
Not sure why he's not focusing these units down. There you go. Can see a rifle nade potentially on this clumped up land mattress as well. Brumbar coming in. He does steal the pack. Could try to decrew and destroy this potentially. No, runs away instead. There you go.
The squad's gone.
Huge shot. Both the recovery squad as well as the land mattress going down there, and
No need for
can potentially destroy the gun if he wanted to with the pack, but it seems he doesn't want to. We have a second Brumbar from Nathan. Meanwhile, Peter going for another Churchill. Hopefully this one smoked a bit more cigars than the last one. As Peter is getting very low on VPs here, 30 VPs remaining. Grenadiers almost going down. This one potentially will. With the Brennmandos very close, both surviving somehow. No clue how that happened. So we see another light artillery barrage on the center. Pirates here trying to deal some damage, but they are suppressed. Suppressed gives a huge accuracy reduction on the handheld AT. I think it's somewhere about 60% or something like that on handheld AT. And this Churchill isn't going to be having a good day here. Lots of AT. We also have a Panther. The Brumbar got cancelled. Yeah, these packs are gonna be vet 1 any second right now, which will give them the target weak point, which of course allows them to stun the Churchill here in the middle. There you go, vet 1. Will he use the target weak point? Seems it gets out of range. But there is one more connection on the rear, deleting that Churchill straight up. It appears and it disappears.
The forward position is under attack.
We have chat here discussing whether or not it's useful to use hold fire. I am in the camp where I think it's not worthwhile. I think it's only worthwhile if you have specific targets, specifically blobs that you want to be firing on, or support weapons where you can see the crew members are like positioned in a way where you want to target that instead. Other than that, auto fire isn't bad at all, and at least with auto fire you know it will fire consistently, right? It's better to get 2 auto fire shots off than 1 targeted most of the time. So I definitely don't think it's necessary to always keep it on hold fire, especially if you don't have the micro to constantly be targeting with it. But yeah, grenades here coming off from the Grenadiers. No dodge attempts here. Vickers gets completely deleted, and here comes the Brumbar deleting the Mandos there. As the Pirates are trying to get an angle. 15 VPs now remaining for Peter. As of course the sappers are suppressed, meaning very low accuracy here, as you could see from those shots. But yeah, that capture is stopped. And with that, I think the game is over.
Unit lost. Dash it all. The enemy have killed the land mattress crew.
But yeah, GG well played to both players. Definitely the stronger player coming out of this one. I think Peter, he had an interesting strategy. Some would probably even call this cheesy. But you know, you could definitely see here the better player being able to punish the very, very static play of Peter. With of course using the light artillery barrage and just, you know, pummeling his opponent from all directions here, which we could see in the first push with the double ostwind, just working out super well versus this type of build. So congrats to Nathan for winning this game. Here you have the stats. But yeah, GG well played, solid game, and great to see Playesti.